My name is Audrey Daugherty, and I did my project on synesthesia. This is my favorite sensation and perception thing. Hope you think it's as cool as I do. So, synesthesia is a neurological phenomenon where the senses are combined in an individual's mind. There are many different types of synesthesia, and an individual can have multiple different types. The name comes from the Greek roots syn, meaning together, and aesthesis, meaning of the senses. Although it is considered a neurological condition, it is not listed in the DSM-4 because it does not interfere with normal daily functioning. There are two different forms of synesthesia. There is projective synesthesia, where an individual will quite literally see, taste, hear, or smell whatever their connections are, as if it was a real, regular stimulus. And then there's associative synesthesia, where the synesthete will merely feel a strong yet involuntary connection. It can be hard to tell who is synesthetic or to give an estimate of how many people are synesthetic for a couple of reasons. The first and most likely main reason is that most people with synesthesia don't think anything is wrong or different about them. This is most likely how they have lived their entire lives, and they probably see nothing wrong with the way they function. And although it is rare, people can become synesthetic from injury to the brain. There is a theory that it could be genetic because synesthesia has been found to run in families, normally skipping a generation. Furthermore, another finding that favors the idea of synesthesia being genetic is that synesthesia has been found to be a dominant female trait. And then, synesthesia is overwhelmingly found in left-handed people. This goes hand in hand with the idea that right-brained left-handed people will be more creative. Here is a list of famous people with synesthesia. You will note that it is very common among musicians and artists, again, supporting the left-hand, right-brain creative theory. There are a couple of explanations or guesses as to why some people are synesthetic and some people aren't. One of them is that grapheme color, one of the types of synesthesia, could be due to cross-activation of the grapheme recognition area and of the V4 color area. Another idea is that we are all born with our senses somewhat crossed, but most of these connections are pruned back, but for some people, they stay. And lastly, again, there is the idea that this could be due to a genetic component, although studies with twins have shown that there is something more than just genetics. Grapheme color synesthesia is the most common form, and this is where numbers and letters have colors associated with them. For projective synesthetes, the number will be seen as their associated color, and for associative synesthetes, there will just be a strong feeling that the letter or number has a specific color. Although these colors are not going to be the same for everyone, research has found many commonalities across synesthetes, the most common being the letter A as red. As seen below, with one of the diagnostic tests for grapheme color synesthesia, it would be easy for a synesthete to find the triangle of twos, as the picture on the right depicts how a synesthete would see the numbers in their respective colors, making it obvious as to where all the twos are. Chromesthesia is one of the more well-known types of synesthesia and is probably the second most common. It is the association of sound and color. For some people, this is the association of sound and color for everything they hear, such as everyday objects, car horns, clapping, or writing, and for others, the colors are only associated or projected through music. This form is especially common with musicians, as it can really help with perfect pitch. Again, there are some commonalities across synesthetes, such as higher notes tending to be lighter or brighter colors, and low-pitched sounds have darker or heavier-looking colors. The following video is an example of synesthesia. It is from the movie Ratatouille, with the designer of the scene being a synesthete himself. In this clip, Remy will associate sound and color along with whatever food he is eating.
Oh, Gusteau was right. Oh, yeah. Oh, amazing. Each flavor was totally unique. But combine one flavor with another, and something new was created.
Another type is spatial sequence synesthesia, which is where the synesthete will see dates and time in the space around them. So when they are thinking of a month, they will visualize the months around them, or for example, they might see the months spinning around them like a Ferris wheel. Number form is where the synesthete will have a unique and very specific mental map of numbers that will appear in the mind or in front of them whenever they have to think about numbers. I've listed below a few other types that might not be as common. Misophonia is a negative reaction to certain sounds. This could be nails on a chalkboard or utensils scraping on a plate. This is where I personally believe that everyone could be a little bit synesthetic. Mere touch is where someone will watch another person be touched or hit and they will feel that same sensation on their body in the same place. Auditory tactile is when sounds can induce sensations on the skin. Ordinal linguistic personification, which is still quite common, is where numbers and letters or weekdays or months will have their own personality and or gender. The Kiki and Boba effect was first observed by Wolfgang Kohler in 1929. Most people will say that the orange spiky shape on the left is named Kiki and the left round shape would be named Boba. This test is commonly associated with synesthesia because it is the association of sounds with meaningless shapes. So as I had said earlier, this is mainly something that people are born with. However, people can become synesthetic through brain injury, tumors, or surgery to remove tumors. It can also be stimulated through hallucinogenic drugs, but this is not true synesthesia. What characterizes synesthesia is that it is automatic and consistent, and it is unique to the individual. If tested, there should be the same results and connections as years or decades before. As with most things, there are both pros and cons to being synesthetic. Some pros to synesthesia is it has been found to come with a better memory, most likely because there is increased connections and more things to relate. Furthermore, there is a component of increased creativity. Some cons are that synesthetes can get easily overstimulated. It can be hard to learn new languages because of contrasting colors of words between languages. And similarly, math can be harder because one might have to pair numbers that they feel are incompatible in color or personality. This slide and the next one are a few examples of what synesthetic art look like. These are an artist's depiction of what specific songs look like to them. This artist has chromesthesia, and these paintings are examples of what he sees when he listens to these specific songs. This is all the information I could squeeze in. Sorry I went a little bit over, but thank you for watching.